At the beginning of Parshat Mishpatim, the Torah teaches us the laws of the Eved Ivri, the indentured Hebrew servant who is forced into servitude because of debts that he cannot repay. And therefore, Shesh Shanim Ya'avod, the Torah teaches us that for 6 years he can work. Uvashvi'it Yitzeh L'chopshi Chinam. But after the 6 years, in the 7th year, he's released. What happens if the Eved Ivri wants to remain under his master? Then the Torah teaches us that the master performs the Ritziam ritual, where he pierces the servant's ear. After this happens, the Torah writes, Ve'avado leolam, that the Eved Ivri shall serve the master forever. Rashi quotes from the Mechilta and explains that this forever, this word leolam, can't possibly mean forever, because we have another pasuk in Sefer Vayikra, Perek Chafei, pasuk Mem, which establishes that the Eved Ivri goes free in the Yovel year, the Jubilee year, and thus leolam only means until the Yovel. However, the Ramban took the word leolam literally. He explains in his Chidushim to Masechet Gittin and Daf Lamed Vav Amud Aleph that there is a case where a servant, an Eved Ivri, would work for his entire life for the master, not going free in a Yovel year. How can that happen? It would happen in a case of an Eved Ivri who had his ear pierced shortly before the destruction of the Beit HaMikdash. Since the laws of Yovel apply only in the times of the Beit HaMikdash, the obligation to release an Eved Ivri doesn't take effect afterwards. And therefore, this Eved Ivri, who had already undergone Ritzia, is not set free in the Jubilee year because that Jubilee year doesn't have its effect halachically, and rather he would remain in his master's service forever. Explains the Ramban, Leolam is literally forever, but there's a loophole that when there's Yovel, he's let free in the Yovel year. However, when you look in the Ramban's explanation in the Chumash, there he writes differently. And there the Ramban advances a different approach of explaining Leolam, that it does mean only until Yovel, she'ein b'moadei Yisrael zman aruch mimenu, because that 50-year term of the Yovel is the longest halachic span of time. That, in essence, is Leolam. And while there are explanations to this Ramban which deal with a Kabbalistic interpretation, we do find two different ways the Ramban looks at this very same pasuk. A purely halachic sense, that which is found in his commentary to the Talmud, versus an exegetical one, versus an explanation that's based on the drash of the pasuk, which says just up until the Yovel.